Okay, and what's step 2?
I think you continue to teach them in real time. Show them respect and reward them. Show them rewards for progress and effort, not just big victories. That's what we were talking about earlier. I think you continue to show them consistent behavior around how you feel about them and the value that they bring to your office or your team.
So step 2 is I'm going to teach them in real time, and I'm going to give rewards for the effort, like actually trying, and the progress, not just for the big wins.
Sure.
Okay, what's step 3?
Step 3 is, I think it's important, once you have their trust, not to break it. I think what happens a lot of time in mentoring relationships is you get down the road and then you do something or say something to break that trust. So I think you've got to be very consistent every day, showing them exactly what you've been showing them. Continue to have a consistent relationship they can rely on so that they begin to trust you as well.
Okay, so step 3 again to review is you gain their trust, but you don't want to break it.
Sure.
Step 4.
Let them break some stuff. I tell every person I put on the phone that I've been training that there's nothing that they can do that I can't fix. So you got to let them try.
So it's okay to let people break some stuff. Sure. You're going, eventually you got to go, hey buddy, you got to get on the phone. You've got to, in the automotive business, you'd be like, hey buddy, you got to get up under there and change that oil like there's no tomorrow. You got to change that oil like it's your passion. And you just got to let them get on there and mess up some stuff?
Well, part of being successful is being uncomfortable. And I think a lot of times you're going to end up doing things before you're really comfortable doing it.
Okay, so what's the next step?
If you're successful in the process, there'll be more people in your organization that believe in you, less people just looking for a job, and that's what I'm looking for. I want people that aren't just looking for a job. My whole goal in this whole process of cloning myself is getting people that don't watch the clock to leave at 6 o'clock. My goal is getting people that forget what time it is because of the goal. They're envisioning what they want to do. They're working just as hard as I am. And the key here is that they're doing it, and I'm doing it with them. I never hire anyone where I don't tell them first that I'm never going to ask them to do anything I'm not already doing myself.
So step 5 is I'm looking for people who aren't just looking for a job.
Yes.
Okay, what's my next step?
The next step is this relationship, you got to continue to foster it. To truly clone yourself, you have to maintain the relationship, and it can't be fake. If you're just building a relationship for someone that can give you something or produce for you, it'll be a short-lived deal. I think you're looking to, again, build a relationship even at times to where they're not doing anything good for you.
So, okay. Now, what's the next step then?
I continue doing the same.
Okay, now I want to review some steps I think you might have missed, because I feel like, I'm looking and I'm going, I don't see this, so I'm going to throw out. Sure. I think a lot of business owners do this, and so I'm going to just do that. One is I don't see like you gave yourself a big title and then ran around showing it to the employees. Like, look, I'm the boss. How come you didn't put that as a step?
We don't operate in titles. That's an old-fashioned way of doing business, I think, is bossing people around. I think ultimately people always know who the boss is. And if you have a respect-based relationship with your team, they know who that is too. But you can get the job done that way. But if you really want to go the extra mile, if you want to be the very best at what you do, you've got to learn how to have a relationship with that team member to where they want to do more than what they're required to do. Every time I mentor somebody, I tell them in the recruiting process, hey, if you want to own your own business someday, you're going to do lots of things in the next couple of years that you don't get paid a specific wage to do. You're doing it because you believe in the next level.
Okay, so let's say one more step that you might have missed. Okay, let's say that the job title thing, we're not going to do that one. One more step that you might have missed here. What about running around telling people you don't have time to train people because you're so busy growing the business?
That's going to get tough, and I know people that do that. The problem is that you're going to be preaching one thing but not doing it. I think if you want to have a successful business, and today we're talking to people who want to have the better business. They don't want to have just an average business. You're going to have to find the time to train people. If you're going to want them to do something, you've got to show them how to do it first and let them go do it.
Well, do you truly believe that any entrepreneur watching this right now, any thriver watching this who has the desire to train people, if they just follow those 6 steps, they can clone their staff?
No.
No.
Well, because I don't think that everyone out there is willing to risk everything to see if they can do it.
So only if you're willing to risk everything and you have the desire can you do it?
Exactly.
Okay. Brian, and a lot of people have been asking, mainly it's myself and then Mr. Bird, the videographer here. We want to know if we can come over and play Street Fighter 2. You've been selling a lot of stuff. You've bought a lot of things. Can we do that?
Absolutely.
Can we borrow your boat?
Yes, you can borrow the boat.
Okay, so can we bring the game on the boat?
if we can get that game on the boat, I'm in.
All right. Hey, thank you so much for coming here talking about cloning. And I have one final question, and I'll be done. It's a little off script, off the system. So if it ends badly here, we'll just try to cut this out and forget that it happened. What are your theories on chemtrails?
I don't know what a chemtrail is.
Well, I think the Nile's not just a river in Egypt. All right. Hey, appreciate it.
Thanks.
Take care.